Hiring a virtual assistant or VA can probably be pretty daunting for a lot of people, especially if Hey fam, welcome to yet another video. So the thought of hiring a virtual assistant or VA can probably be pretty daunting for a lot of people, especially if it's your first time hiring. So you might be wondering whether you should be going through an agency or a company, or whether you should be going out and hiring directly. Both have their pros and cons. It's really important to weigh up what these look like so that you can actually make an informed decision based on what's best for you and your business. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the key differences between hiring through a company versus actually hiring the individual, hiring someone directly. So before we jump in, for all things scaling VAs, delegation, team building, all that fun stuff, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. It's going to help me to reach more people like you. So I scaled my business organically to healthy 5-figure months with the help of virtual professionals. We are screening hundreds of candidates every single week as well. And we are doing the HR and recruitment for our clients when it comes to virtual assistants. So definitely know a thing or two. I've been down both routes. So I'm going to be covering as much as I can in this one video so that you know everything that you need to before you go out and you hire. So the most obvious thing here is actually the cost difference. So the cost of hiring directly, going to an individual freelancer and hiring them to work in-house for you is going to be a little bit cheaper. Whereas if you go through a company or an agency, because they are handling the HR and the recruitment for you, it is going to be a few dollars extra per hour on top of what you are paying. Now, the reason that is obviously they are a business and they have overheads to cover, but they're often, depending on the actual company, and this is worth researching if you are looking at a company as well, they're going to be doing a lot of the back end stuff when it comes to the recruitment and the HR. So they're going to be, could be paying for healthcare, they could be organizing workshops and paid trainings and whatnot as well. So this is all stuff that you need to take into consideration, and it's weighing up what level of support that you want, because if you are going to hire directly, you become the HR and the recruiter, whereas if you're going through a company, they're handling all of that for you. And so if something falls through, or you have a challenge or a problem that needs to be solved with your particular worker, you've got the company there to actually back you up. So my company, for example, if last case scenario, something is not working out, or God forbid something happens to one of the VAs and they can't work for whatever reason, they've had an accident or they're having a baby or something like that, then we go out and we do a priority recruitment. It's free of charge, right? That's part of our service. Our clients have jobs and tasks that need to get done, so we're here to support them through that. Whereas if something falls through and you've hired directly, then that's your onus, that's your responsibility to go out, and you're going to have to make sure that gets fulfilled, and that takes your time and energy and attention as well. So obviously there's a cost difference there, so it's just figuring out whether or not that's of value to you, because that can end up costing weeks if not months of time having to go out and find replacements. So what are the benefits of hiring directly? Obviously I've already mentioned the cost piece there. In addition to that, there's not going to be any other overheads, so it's up to you whether you want to pay that any additional money towards healthcare and workshops and trainings like that. But contractually that'll depend on the agreement that you have with them as well, so you get to make that up as you see fit and fair, and have that discussion directly with the freelancer. So you'll always be working with the same person as well, so likely it's just them that you're dealing with, and you're not having to deal with other team members. They may have a team under them, that happens sometimes, and they might be outsourcing or delegating some of the medial task stuff, and then maybe perhaps taking care of the strategy depending on the role that you've got them in. Hiring directly, you might find that this person could be more flexible with the hours you're actually hiring them for as well, so there's not like a minimum entry requirement. So they may just be more willing to work shorter blocks of time, as opposed to companies or agencies that might have minimum entry requirements, like a 5 hours a week or a 10 hours or a 15 hours a week minimum. The drawbacks of hiring directly is, and I kind of already brushed up on this already, but if they go on vacation or they need to tap out for a couple of weeks for whatever reason, then that's up to you to fulfill those tasks that need to be done within your business. And if they don't know how to do something or a particular task, or they're not trained on a particular software, then obviously you don't have the support of a company to help you with that either. Often they have resources resources and courses on the back end where they can get your virtual professional brushed up on those skills in order to be able to upskill them to do more within your business. But that's up to you if you are hiring directly. So you would have to go out and do the course research and check the programs and see what's a high quality one, and then audit it, make sure they've actually done the training, and then go through and make sure that they're getting the training properly and executing and all of that. There's going to be less accountability with this person as well. So obviously they're accountable to you, but there are likely no other supports on the back end to make sure that what's getting done is actually getting done to your expectations and what you've agreed upon. So that would be your responsibility to have the oversight on that. And so the last one here with the drawbacks is you're likely not going to find a virtual professional that can do all of the things within your business, the sales, the marketing, the admin, the finance, the operations. And even if you go through a company, you're likely not going to find someone that can do that. But you are going to have a high level of support in finding the right people for those roles. If you are hiring directly, it's just really good to be realistic in terms of what you're actually wanting this person to do and being reasonable with what you're actually delegating within the role as well. Now, I'm going to leave my delegation cheat sheet below. This is going to help you with knowing what to actually outsource and delegate within your team. So there's a bunch of different things there. Some of the most common things that I see delegated and outsourced within the industry. There's a little bit of a playbook there to help you with some workflows, setting up workflows and SOPs and all that fun jazz as well. So click the link below if you want to get access to that one. So what are the benefits or the pros with hiring through a company or an agency to do the recruitment and the HR of your co-workers, your team members? So the first thing I will cover is the resourcefulness there. So you'll likely get access to their resources, some of their strategies, whatever's in the back end or the vault, the trainings, the courses that are there in order to get your virtual professionals upskilled so that they can be over-delivering within your business. They may also have access to certain tools like VPNs and softwares that would otherwise cost you and or your VA to have to invest in for the business. There's also that extra level of support. So in my company, we are doing a couple of different strategy calls. It's quite a holistic recruitment process, and we are focused on long-term business partnerships and low turnover of staff. And so we've distilled that into some strategy calls, our top 1% strategy call, and then we also have like an onboarding call as well. So it's a very supportive process. So even when we change gears from recruitment to HR, sort of the aftercare and the maintenance, it's still a really supportive process. So if you've got someone that in your team that's sick or you need fulfillment in some way, then that's something that a company can actually help you out with. They can either find someone within their talent pool to fulfill those tasks, or if it's a long-term thing and you're needing a total replacement, then generally there'll be a priority recruitment there for you as well. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you sticking around and watching my content. And if this can help someone that you know, then please feel free to share this video with them. And if you've got any recommendations on what you would like me to talk about and bring to the table as well, just let me know in the comments and I'll reply there and make a video out of it. Thank you. See ya.